Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and again, of course, I'm playing with Dina's new release. These transparencies are fabulous. So on this one, I just wanted to get some of those transparency faces on my journal page, and I had this little idea and my page didn't end up going that way, which is often the case, but does that matter? No, it doesn't. So I decided I would pull some colours across my page. So this is lemon. One thing I've been enjoying doing is leaving quite painterly marks in my paint. So I want to be able to see those brush strokes. So using a dry brush and just getting a fair amount of paint on my brush and then pulling those marks through using the paintbrush. And I am on occasion trying to leave white space in inverted commas onto my page. I do kind of like how that looks, and sometimes I manage it, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I can do it without really thinking about it. That is a rouge, I'm pretty sure, that I've used there. So that's lemon and rouge, and then this is tangerine. So I've gone for quite warm colours. Sometimes I do definitely make a conscious decision to use colours that I wouldn't normally go for, and this was one of those occasions. So I'm loving how this is going. I love how that rouge and tangerine is mixing together, and again, just leaving those nice painterly marks in the paint. It's really cool, like it. So it's really interesting sometimes how art journal pages can evolve. And I think my advice would be just go with it. It's only paper, it's only paint. If it doesn't end up how you wanted, does it really matter? No, it doesn't. And actually, through these processes, you can often learn lots about the things that you do and don't like, the techniques that you like to use, and yeah, the learning process in itself can be as valuable as what it is that you're journaling about. So just cut yourself some slack and don't get stressed about it if it doesn't quite go to plan. It doesn't matter. So this is the new varied stencil, and again just pulling some rouge through this, having used the circles for painting stencil with some of the lemon. I'm just bringing some really gentle stenciling onto my page. And then this is stacked, and here I'm bringing a pop of colour. So I've grabbed a bit of turquoise. I wanted to use something that would really pop with those nice warm colours, just to bring a bit of contrast onto my page as well. So you can see I'm already going rogue. But I do like that. Those colours are really pretty together. Then I'd got some paint left on my blending tool, so I thought, okay, I'm just going to add some to the corners of my page and just pull that blue across around the edges. Creates that nice sort of glow. I like that. It's nice. I always take my blending sponges off and pop them into my paint water. This is some white. So now I'm just looking for a pop of contrast and pulling that across the page as well. And then adding some smaller ones with the two stencils, a lovely contrast in different sizes of stenciling. So now I'm starting to add the transparency, and at this point I was thinking I'm just going to use one face, so that's why you can see I've only got one out at the moment. I've added a bit of white to the back of that face just to help it pop off the page, and now I'm pulling some lines out from the face. So this is sometimes a really great way to help join these images into your page, is to see if there are any lines that are coming out from the image that you can pull across your page just to help it feel like it's meant to be there. So you can see I've done that, and now, you know, although yes, it's disconnected, it's at the top of my page, it's less disconnected than it was. And then here I'm just mirroring some of the marks that Dina's done on that image. I'm pulling those across my page as well, just to help it feel more like it's part of what's going on my journal page. Then I've grabbed this stamp set from the You Matter set, and I'm using pink. It's a Stays On ink, and stamping that on my page. This is where I'm starting to think, okay, this has now not quite gone how I thought it would. So what do you do in a situation like that? You do some masking. So I've grabbed the Alpha Blocks stencil and mask set, and I'm going to use Night, and I have put a glove on because I am really messy when I do this. So I'm just going to mask some words onto my page. So I wasn't intending to do this when I started, but I actually ended up really liking how this came out. And like I say, sometimes just going with the process of something evolving is really beneficial. So what I really should have done there is put both letters down at once and masked over the top of them, and I didn't. So you can see I had to remove a bit of paint, but because my background was super dry, it didn't matter. I could do that really, really easily without a problem. So one thing that I've been really conscious of recently is how important it is to be present in the moment. It's, I don't know, I suppose it's a bit of a buzz phrase, isn't it? Lots of people say it, and quite often you think, yeah, but it is really important. And I think, particularly if you're a worrier like me, just reminding yourself that actually there is enough in the now. And if you're worrying about what might be or what could be, you're missing out on those precious things that are happening right now. So this was a little reminder to myself how important it is to keep yourself present in the moment. So here I was like, I spent a bit of time deciding where the word now was going to go because it didn't kind of fit quite how I wanted it to. So just be prepared to go with the ebb and flow of your page and how these things evolve. And you can see, like, it is a bit of a struggle holding all those letters in place. You could always add a bit of masking tape onto the back of the letters to pop them in place, or a bit of movable fixative, that would also work. And this is where I decided I would add some more faces on, because that one face just felt a little bit lost up there all on its own. So I'm adding some more, and then it was like, where do I put them? I do want them on there, but I'm not sure where they're going to go. So I put that one down there, stapling those in place, nice and easy, super quick. And then she's going to go up there. So I'm just making her a little bit smaller, and then I'm going to add some white to the back of her. I mean, she would have worked pretty well without that, I think, but I kind of wanted the faces to be a little bit more obvious. Then I'm just outlining those letters using a Signo Uniball in white. This one was being a little bit naughty. I think my background must have been not quite dry, or this pen has been used on a not quite dry background in the past. Surely that wouldn't have happened. I think it has. This just pops those letters out a bit more, and I love the fact that I've got some of that lovely background peeping through, but I've also got the contrast. So now I'm pulling that rouge back into the foreground again. So I'm using one of my dotty stamps from Funky Fossil with some of the rouge just to bring some coloured dots. And then I think I also add some white dots on there too. So that's just popping out a bit of white paint. And then adding a bit, actually that's Posca pen, just scribbling with my Posca pen on my glass mat, dipping my stamp into it and just adding some dots. And that just brings that extra level of mark making to my page. Lots of fun. So on those occasions where your journal page is not going how you thought it was going to, or you don't like it, just try and go with it. Every journal page goes through a stage where you think, what on earth is this? Trust the process. You've got this. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.